An old man moves through the narrow streets of Sugamo, Tokyo, before the sun has fully risen. He is 87 years old. His back is straight, his stride is quick, almost brisk. His arms swing with purpose, and within minutes he has covered more ground than most 25-year-olds would on their morning commute. He is not exercising. He is simply going to buy fish, the way he has every single morning for 60 years. Watch him for a moment longer, and something strange happens. You start to feel embarrassed, not because he is impressive, but because he is ordinary. And somehow that ordinary man is outpacing people a third his age who shuffle through life with hunched shoulders and tired feet. So the question becomes unavoidable. What does this man know about his own body that we have completely forgotten about ours?
The answer begins with the word Kotsu, written with the character for bone. In Japanese, Kotsu does not just mean the physical bone in your body, it also means the essential knack, the core technique, the hidden trick to doing something well. When applied to walking, Kotsu refers to moving from the center of the body, from the hips and the skeleton, rather than dragging the limbs along through sheer muscular effort. It is walking that comes from structure, not strain. The second word is Shisei, written with characters meaning posture and form. Shisei is not just about standing up straight for a photograph. It is the idea that your physical alignment in any given moment reflects and even shapes your internal state. Slumped shoulders are not just a position, they are a message your body sends to your nervous system, and your nervous system believes it. Now, here is where the science gets interesting. Researchers at Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology have spent decades studying the walking speed of elderly Japanese populations, and one of their consistent findings, published through their long-running aging studies, is that gait speed in older adults correlates strongly with overall mortality risk and functional independence. In other words, how fast an elderly person walks is one of the most powerful predictors of how long and how well they will live.
And separately, a study published in the British Medical Journal looked at posture and movement patterns in older adults and found that those who maintained more upright postural alignment during daily activity showed significantly better balance, fewer falls, and greater confidence in movement compared to those with forward-leaning, slouched gait patterns. So why does the man in Sugamo walk like that, while a 30-year-old in New York or London might walk like he's carrying invisible weights on his shoulders? Here is the Western contrast, and it is almost painfully simple. In the West, walking is treated as either a chore, something to get through to reach a destination, or as exercise, something you do in short bursts at the gym before returning to a chair for the other 23 hours of the day. Western culture sits. It sits in cars, sits at desks, sits on couches, and when it finally does walk, the body has already forgotten how. The shoulders round forward from hours hunched over phones. The hips lock from sitting. The stride becomes short and shuffling, not because of age, but because of disuse. Then, decades later, when an elderly Western adult tries to walk briskly, the body simply does not remember how, and the slow shuffle gets blamed entirely on age, when often it was built by 40 years of posture, not 8 decades of life. In Japan, walking was never separated from daily life. It was never optional. It was baked into how cities are built, how errands are run, how shrines are visited, how mornings begin. The body practiced Kotsu and Shisei every single day without ever calling it exercise. So by the time someone is 87, the pattern is not something they have to relearn. It is simply how they have always moved. So how do you start rebuilding this starting tonight? The first tactic is what's sometimes called the wall reset. Before you go to bed tonight, stand with your back against a wall. Heels, hips, shoulder blades, and the back of your head all lightly touching it. Hold that position for 60 seconds while breathing slowly. This is not about forcing a perfect posture. It is about reminding your nervous system what aligned Shisei actually feels like, so your body has a reference point for return to during the day. The second tactic is the hip-led step. Tomorrow morning, for just the first 2 minutes of walking anywhere, to your car, to the kitchen, try initiating each step from your hips rather than your feet. Imagine your legs are simply following your hips forward. This is the heart of Kotsu. It shifts walking from a leg-driven, effortful motion to a core-driven, efficient one. And over time, it changes how your whole body carries itself. The third tactic is the doorway pause. Every time you walk through a doorway tomorrow, every single one, take half a second to drop your shoulders away from your ears and lengthen the back of your neck slightly. Doorways are frequent enough throughout the day that this becomes a built-in reminder system, gently retraining your posture dozens of times without ever needing to think about it as a separate task. None of these tactics require a gym membership, a new schedule, or even 5 extra minutes. They simply ask you to move through the day you're already living a little differently, the way that man in Sugamo has, without ever calling it a practice at all. If this video shifted something in the way you see movement and aging, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more on how the world's wisest cultures quietly build strength, calm, and longevity into ordinary life, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. See ya in the next one.